I see Jimmy walk in with his Fu Manchu and I can't help but laugh. I mean, it's hilarious because he's comical, he's classy, and at the same time, he's willing to make us all laugh.
How is this now? Good? Good?
He presents to be very calm and very cool and collected, but the reality is when it gets into the competition mode, he's a beast. Welcome to our world.
So 20 minutes ago, we were hanging out at lunch, just chatting it up, and then it comes out that none of us have ever climbed before. So next thing you know, Harper, Jimmy battling each other. I bet you I can beat you up the wall. So here we are.
Seriously, Jimmy's waking up, folks.
For real? For real?
Come on.
Fun?
Okay, we can.
Hey, when are we gonna stop talking and start doing?
So the first time I learned about competition was during a 100-mile run. I was on mile 44 and things were a mess. Things were breaking down. I was cramping, dehydration was horrible. The medic put a blood pressure cuff and found out that my blood pressure was dropping fast and pretty much my race was over. Jimmy was 9 miles down the course waiting for me. And this is what he says. He calls the cell phone, having basically no sympathy, tells me to tear the IVs out of my arm, pull away from the cannula, and basically get back on the trail. Come to find out I was at renal failure in the kidney. Does he care? No. He just says, suck it up and keep moving on. He presents very calm, but don't let it fool you. When it comes down to competition, Jimmy wants to win.
So right here at my stopping grounds, this is the Sac State Aquatic Center. This is where I spent 4 years rowing. We'd come out here and practice twice a day, 6 days a week. This is where I learned everything about rhythm and team dynamic, how to lead and follow all at the same time. I spent, 3 years being team captain, helping to lead 60 girls. And I'd imagine, trying to lead both Harper and Jimmy's personalities is probably just about as easy as leading 60 girls.
Behind me is Lake Natoma Rowing Center where Sac State's Aquatic works out. It's really Ashley's backdrop for her success. She's hyper competitive, she's compassionate, she's calm, she's cool, and she's super influential, not only in my life, but in Jimmy's life as well. It seems that in the moment when all of chaos is melting down and I'm at a DEFCON 4, that's like where Ashley's at her best.
So I think one of the things that attracted me to J Harp was, the work that he does and the outreach, with these kids.
But you just haven't been with him through the nitty-gritty office, daily, type stuff we go through. You forgot to mention, his hard-headedness, stubbornness. He always thinks he's right. For instance, one time he led 8 of us up a mountain. We hiked Mount Whitney. And, he's so focused on the fact that he's right all the time that most of us had hiked the mountain multiple times and still he convinced us that he was going the right way. So sure enough, we follow him up, get lost, hike for 21 straight hours. In the midst of all this, he triggers a landslide and almost kills 4 of us by a boulder about this big. So, I don't know. He's so full throttle all the time, but sometimes he's full throttle in the wrong direction.
So I met Ashley. She kept saying, you gotta meet this guy Jason, you gotta meet this guy Jason. He's loud and obnoxious and over the top, just like you. And I'm like, great, just what I need, another one of me. So a few months go by and Jason's group comes down and Ashley with these inner city kids, part of this Equal Start program called Be Change. And we did a boot camp for them on the beach in Santa Monica, and a lot of kids had never been to the beach before. And here I am putting them through the ringer, making them, run laps up and down the beach. And Jason, we were kind of back and forth on what to do with the kids. And I said, look, you're on my beach. We're gonna do it my way. All 3 of us, Jason, Ashley, and myself, are hyper-competitive, endurance-focused individuals. And one of the things you learn when you dig into endurance sports is the more you're willing to suffer, the more you're capable of achieving. And I think that the 3 of us not only are willing to suffer, but we're willing to push each other over the line and find new levels of suffering collectively that would further make us a very attractive team competitively.
It's all fun and games. Competition is good, but change is better. For us, we believe that we can be the change in the world we want to see.
I coached a number of teams that raised over $1.5 million for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. Leukemia, lymphoma, blood cancers being the #1 killer of kids in the United States.
And I'm passionate about a community in El Salvador where we travel every year to bring clean water and teach them about health and fitness.
Whether it's a well in a third world country Whether it's working on behalf of a child with a deadly disease or being proactive and preventative and providing health care for every child in a community here in Sacramento, we believe that we can be the change in the world we want to see. Competition is good, but change is better. That's why we're the activist. But when you can put competition and change together, that's when it becomes explosive television. I'm Jason.
I'm Jimmy Dean.
And I'm Ashley.
And we're Be Change. We can't wait to be on Expedition Impossible.